Today, everyone understands that America's in trouble, but they can't understand where to point the finger. And it's time for all Americans, no matter what color, no matter what race, no matter what religion, no matter what political stripe, to stand up as freeborn Americans and point the fingers at these people who've been manipulating and controlling our history for the last at least 60 years, probably 100 years, and identify them for what they are: National Socialist, Nazis, and fascist, and cleanse our body politic of this so that we can restore a constitutional republic and the freedom and the liberty that we were given by our ancestors.
What's wrong? You don't like a small group of psychos hijacking your country? Well, become president of the United States and change it from the... Never mind.
3 shots were fired at President Kennedy's motorcade in downtown Dallas. President Kennedy has been seriously wounded by this shooting.
This is a protest, and this is a riot. If you can't tell the difference, then you are part of the problem. INFOWARS.com.
I have a dream.
I began to get into iodine a few years ago because it was helping me and my family so much get healthy and detoxify. I believe our research is conclusive. This is the best iodine out there. And I know this for a fact. Nobody else has got iodine based on these pure crystals, ladies and gentlemen.
For a limited time, experience the ancient power of Survival Shield X2.
I believe our research is conclusive. This is the best iodine out there.
Take advantage of this at InfoWarsLife.com.
And why wearing a Hillary for President t-shirt might get you punched in the face.
They thought it said Hillary for President. He said, I was seconds away from sending my bar back over here to punch you in the face. Since you're wearing a Hillary for Prison shirt, you don't have to buy drinks here. Everything's on the house.
Hillary for president.
Hillary's not surging, I tell you that. They're not saying that. They're not saying, thank you.
Hillary for president.
There you have it. Donald Trump endorses Hillary for Prison. Get your Hillary for Prison 2016 t-shirt at the InfoWars store. And on the back, it says, legalize freedom. Show your disapproval of Hillary by buying your t-shirt today.
But what she's done is criminal.
This is an American president. Just add puppet, then vote and repeat every 4 years.
Right on schedule, before the dead can even be properly mourned as victims of the terror unleashed in Beirut, Paris, Egypt, Nigeria, and now the routine assassination of Chinese and Norwegian hostages by ISIS. Before the smoke can even clear, our elected officials are calling to have our rights taken.
These people use the kinds of weapons that are still available in the United States of America, and I think it ought to cause us to have another consideration of sensible gun safety laws.
Illinois Representative Schakowsky, 1 in 3 Americans disagree, and gun sales are skyrocketing due to a government-backed invasion of ISIS jihadists. Are there really sleeper cells?
Anyone can go online and discover the clear and present danger of decades-old State Department documents revealing what has been lurking within at least 22 of our United States.
A secret videotape uncovered by our investigation team. Sheikh Jelani is seen here both recruiting American Muslims and instructing them in Islamic guerrilla warfare tactics.
We are establishing training camps. You can reach us, at ground group university offices in upstate New York, or in Canada, or in Michigan, or in South Carolina, or in Pakistan, wherever we are, you can reach us. You're most welcome. You join one of our, advanced training course in Islamic military warfare.
The Clarion Project, who I work for, we broke this story about how a terrorist enclave has been detected in Texas. We know this from declassified FBI documents. There was originally some broad intelligence about it, and so we started investigating. We figured out the group's front organizations that they were using in Texas, and then some activists from a group called Act for America went and verified the specific location so that we made sure that we definitely knew what we were talking about, and then we got declassified FBI documents and confirmed it from that end. So we know for a fact that this organization that runs the 22 villages, as they call them, also have one in Texas.
In the wake of the carnage, the occupiers of our government were giddy with delight over the expectation of encryption restrictions, biometric technology application, and the usual disregard for our God-given liberties in exchange for a technocratic New World Order takeover. TechDirt reports, in the wake of the tragic events in Paris, encryption has continued to be a useful bogeyman for those with a voracious appetite for surveillance expansion. Like clockwork, numerous reports were quickly circulated suggesting that the terrorists used incredibly sophisticated encryption techniques, despite no evidence by investigators that this was the case. These reports varied in the amount of hallucination involved, the New York Times even having to pull one such report offline. Other claims the attackers had used encrypted PlayStation 4 communications also wound up being bunk. Yet, pushed by their sources in the government, the media quickly became a sound wall of noise, suggesting that encryption was hampering the government's ability to stop these kinds of attacks. NBC was particularly breathless this week over the idea that ISIS was now running a 24-hour help desk aimed at helping its less technically proficient members understand encryption. All of the reports had one central underlying drumbeat implication. Edward Snowden and encryption have made us less safe, and if you disagree, the blood is on your hands. Yet amazingly enough, as actual investigative details emerge, it appears that most of the communication between the attackers was conducted via unencrypted vanilla SMS. USA Today reports a small victory in a 289 to 137 vote. The House has passed a bill to halt the admission of Syrian refugees. Democrat Gerald Nadler argued against the bill, saying, "We face a choice that will echo through history," while reminding lawmakers that the U.S. turned away Jewish refugees fleeing Nazi Germany in 1939. He continued, "We must not let ourselves be guided by irrational fear. This isn't fear. This is common sense. And that was then, and this is now. And Nazis hadn't infiltrated the Jewish refugees to enter America. Operation Paperclip took care of that one. Washington, D.C., it's time to grow a pair. You are all party to treason if you don't divide yourselves from the agents of the New World Order and represent the will of the American people. Obama must be impeached. His JV team is marching into America. The first innocent American to die by a jihadist posing as a Syrian refugee due to your culture of greased palms will mean the end of your career. Guaranteed. John Bound for INFOWARS.com.
There is something I would like to bring it to the American people's attention. Merkel in Germany was kind enough to open her doors to the immigrants, and the consequences was really hefty, that on the day of the soccer game, they had the tip that there is a terrorist attack going to happen. They vacated the stadium, and it never heard in the American mainstream media that they uncovered an ambulance loaded with explosive parked near the stadium, ready to get blown up at the people of Germany.
Wow.
And this has never been published in American mainstream media. I never heard it in American media.
Colonel, stay there. You're going to have the floor when we come back because you have incredible credibility. New York Times, LA Times, everything you've ever talked about has been proven. I was unaware of this. Please tell us the sources and what happened. We know about the evacuation, the canceling of the football game, the soccer game, but I did not know that they actually had the explosives-laden ambulance that was discovered. This is incredible. Imagine if it would have gone off. It could have killed thousands. We'll cover it all straight ahead. He was a Army colonel in the Egyptian military who had a lot of experience dealing with radicals and extremists who want to seize power. And the main group is coming out of Saudi Arabia generally, and that, of course, is the Wahhabist radical version of Sunni Islam. Most Sunni Muslims are not radical. They don't want to terrorize people. But it is this group that continues to carry out most of the terror worldwide. And I want to get later into the fact that Egypt's been forced to now start working with Russia. Our government has double-crossed Egypt on record. They've had trials there where it's come out. The Muslim Brotherhood's being financed by Obama through Kenya. I mean, this is a really reckless, bizarre move by Obama. Again, Colonel Ahmad Salim is the best-selling author of On the Run. You can go to his website and find the book and read it and show it to your friends and family, ahmadsalim.org. I'm going to tweet that out, by the way, at Real Alex Jones and tell folks to get this hero's book because he risked his life and a lot more to bring us this information. He's telling you right now specifically what's going on. So we ended, and I actually Googled it, and here it is in the foreign press. Ambulance full of explosives reportedly found near German stadium. But we never heard this here in the United States, as he said. So, Colonel, please continue.
Yes, sir. You mentioned the Kenyan connection with the Muslim Brotherhood. And that shows in Mr. Obongo Obama. Mr. Obongo Obama is Mr. Barack Hussein's brother in Kenya. And he is the main support line for the Muslim Brotherhood in Africa. Unfortunately, the Muslim Brotherhood started to blackmail Mr. Obama, and the Egyptian intelligence, of course, leaked to the media. And if you have that newspaper, it's called El Ahram newspaper, that is the governmental main issue of newspaper who talks on behalf of the government. Mr. Obama succeeded to alienate Egypt from working and cooperating with America, alienating Saudi Arabia from cooperating with America. And we know that we have Libya stable, we have Syria stable, and we have Iraq under the Iranian control. And Mr. Obama, unfortunately, become alienated from this country, not getting their support in that kind of war. And this is the most Sunni Arab countries knows how to talk the talk and walk the walk when it comes on war on terrorists.
All right, folks, that's going to do it for tonight's broadcast. The InfoWars Nightly News will return, Lord willing, tomorrow evening, 7 o'clock p.m. Central Time. Till then, have a blessed evening. We'll see you back right here tomorrow night. See ya.
Knockout is back. If you want a product that has 10 known ingredients that naturally get your body to relax, your brain to relax, so you get deep, restful sleep, Knockout's it. InfoWarsLife.com. L-theanine, hops flower extract, lemon balm extract, valerian root extract, chamomile flower extract, L-tryptophan extract, melatonin, and more. All organic, all the natural sources. It's the same price as leading brands of melatonin that are 3 milligrams a piece. It has 3 milligrams, the standard recommended dose for an adult. It's got the GABA, so it would probably cost $50 to take all this as separate pills. It's $19.95. You take one or two of these, and it just is really clean, restful sleep is what the reviews are. It's what I've experienced. and it just synergistically puts everything in there. InfoWarsLife.com. That's InfoWarsLife.com, or call 888-253-3139.
You are watching the InfoWars Nightly News, which airs 7 p.m. Central at InfoWarsNews.com. And your support is helping us defend liberty worldwide.